Good morning. It's Representative Chapa LaVia. Well, I'll take that back. It's Linda Chapa LaVia representing you from Springfield this week. I hope you've enjoyed the last two videos, and we're going to keep on doing it. The feedback's been really good. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the two bills that came in front of my committee. For the last 12 years, I've been extremely engaged in education, and I'm still engaged there. But what I decided to do is take on a whole new category of issues underneath the dome. So this year, not only am I the chair of Veterans Affairs, but I'm also the chair of Energy. So it leads me to some very exciting things. So I'm going to report to you on two bills, respectively sponsored, one by Representative Walsh and the other one by Leader Neckritz. I chose these two because it seems like I'm getting the most feedback and most communication and questions about this in my district and throughout the state of the thousands of people we represent. The first one, 3293 by Walsh, is energy. It's an energy bill, of course, but it requires that the Planning and Procurement Bureau establish a low carbon portfolio standard that would require ComEd and Ameren to purchase low carbon energy credits equal to 70% of electricity supplied to customers from environmentally friendly sources like wind, solar, hydro, clean coal. ComEd and Ameren purchase power for their customers through a competitive bidding process, unlike other power companies in this country who simply produce the energy they sell. Ameren and ComEd have to find it and purchase it. Exelon came to testify in favor of the bill, of course, and says that to remain competitive in our state, they need us to help them solve this issue. They explained that the closure of the 3 nuclear plants in Illinois would be intimate of this kind of legislation, and they would have to do this in order to stay afloat. Now, the Attorney General's office came in and said that they were opposed to the bill because they felt that the argument that was made by Exelon does not need the state's help to be successful companies whose profits seem to be keeping to increase. So follow up on that one. If you want more information on this bill, please look at my website and we'll get you the information. I think we should put a wind turbine out here. Anyway, so the next bill is House Bill 2607 by Leader Neckritz. Now this is the one that my Sierra clubs and all my environmental groups are extremely really supportive of this bill. And I'd like to see more solar, wind, turbine, clean energy bills and resources put into those arenas. You know, it's kind of like chicken and egg, and you'll understand when I discuss this next one that we have to provide certain incentives so organizations and companies and non-for-profits hopefully come to our country and invest more in solar. If you go to the IKEA over in Bolingbrook, you'll see their whole entire roof is secured with all these solar panels. And if we look at the wave of the future, energy, I mean, the sun and water are like oil and gold. So we need to harness that as much as we can in the future. So Leader Neckritz's bill, the objective of the bill is to procure renewable sources of energy. It requires that the Planning and Procurement Bureau establish a long-term renewable source procurement plan that includes some significant renewable energy credits in order to meet significant goals. These essentially replace our current renewable portfolio standard, which has caused a lot of issues with everything we want to do in the renewable energy, biofuel, all of the great things that we actually get naturally and have low carbon emissions. This essentially replaces our current renewable portfolio standards. Standards are set in order to meet energy supply needs and in order for us to adequately use the amount of renewable energy requested by the state we put into statute, if you will. Now the tricky thing there, like I said earlier about the chicken and the egg, is that right now the standards we put into place, those companies that use nuclear power or use coal and what have you, if we're asking them to do certain things in the renewables, they can't even meet what we're asking them to because we don't have a sufficient supply here in the state yet. So it's chicken and egg. If it hasn't made a lot of sense just now that the goal of this bill, because I do talk a lot, and with my hands, and I'm married to an Italian, it's all crazy. Anyway, it's one, to expand the use of renewable energy, especially solar. We need solar in our state. I don't think there's an argument or dispute with anybody under the dome that we need more solar, and we can do it. We have enough sun hours in the year. Two, to increase the use of energy efficiency and respond to demand. You know, there are programs out out there, and you should look into it, that if it's a really hot day, say it's a 102 day in Aurora, Illinois, that you have the ability to sell energy or get credit back to your company if you don't use any appliances or don't shut everything off. Because the supply and demand is so great, that's what knocks some of our energy off the grid. And then 3, develop a market-based approach to comply with new federal carbon regulations. Now this is the granddaddy of all granddaddies. We're waiting for rules to be handed down to all the states on these issues we're dealing with right now. So we look at this like, should we do what we need to do as a state right now and put all these things in place, and then have to deal with what the federals hand down to us on what we need to do again, or we have to do more or less, or should we wait until our federal partners come and say, hey, these are the regs, and then take that and then model our state after that. Anyway, as usual, it's been an honor to represent you in Springfield. Have an amazing day. Happy Mother's Day for all the mothers, and God bless you.